Did Nvidia just prove that the AI bubble is actually real? There's been rumors about money flowing from different AI companies into different hardware manufacturers that create chips, graphics cards, and other types of components just to be funneled back and forth between the companies. But it's been a lot of speculation. But it seemed like Nvidia has, just confirmed a lot of these allegations, allegedly at least. A few days ago, Nvidia and Anthropic announced a new strategic partnership. Anthropic is scaling its rapidly growing cloud AI model on Microsoft Azure, powered by none other than Nvidia, which Anthropic has committed to purchasing $3 billion of Azure compute capacity and to contract additional compute capacity up to 1 gigawatt. But that sounds fine. An AI company like Anthropic needing more compute and going through Microsoft Azure that is powered by Nvidia to get that, what's the problem there? Well, it also says that as a part of the partnership, Nvidia and Microsoft are committing to invest up to $10 billion and up to $5 billion respectively, and meaning it'll be a combined total of $15 billion in Anthropic to then spend $30 million to Microsoft to use their Azure that is powered by Nvidia. I'm not sure if you caught that, but that means that Anthropic is spending $30 million, but is getting $15 billion back in investments from these same companies they're buying graphics cards from. It definitely seems like money's flowing into these companies and flowing right back to them in different forms of investments or different forms of product purchases. $30 billion in Azure purchases is a huge guaranteed profit margin when it comes to business. But this is not new. Anthropic is a big player, but OpenAI is a bit bigger. Just to paint the picture, just to show that this is not only an Anthropic thing. OpenAI, the number one AI out there, at least in terms of user base. OpenAI is valued as about $5 billion. As we see here in this CNBC report, where we see that OpenAI has finalized a secondary share sale totaling $6.6 billion, allowing current and former employees to sell stock at a record $500 billion evaluation. And that may sound pretty good. AI is everywhere, and OpenAI is definitely the top player in the game. But $500 billion, they must be making a massive amount of money. Has to be making almost $1 trillion or something, right? Well, that is where you will be wrong. This month, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman said that the artificial intelligence startup tracked to generate more than $20 billion in annualized revenue run rate this year, which plans to grow to hundreds of billions in sales by 2030. But that begs the question, if OpenAI currently is $20 billion of revenue, but have a $5 billion evaluation, begs to differ, like what exactly are they investing in, and why is this the equivalent to the evaluation? 200 billion would be 10 times the revenue for the evaluation, but it's actually more than that, almost double that at a $500 billion evaluation. But it doesn't just stop there. Nvidia, the same company that invested in Anthropic, that has Anthropic investing back into Microsoft, that is using Nvidia. The CEO of Nvidia said they would invest $100 billion over a number of years, starting in 2026, as OpenAI's AI supercomputing facilities come online. So Nvidia, who is investing in OpenAI $100 billion, and you think that comes with just the investment and wanting to have a good foothold in the AI investment field, you think that would just be it, right? Well, it's not just that cut and dry. As we see here in OpenAI's press release, that even though Nvidia is investing the $100 billion in OpenAI for their data center, that in this press release, we see that Nvidia and OpenAI today announced a letter of intent for a landmark strategic partnership to deploy at least 10 gigawatts of Nvidia systems for OpenAI's next generation AI infrastructure to train and run its next generation of models on the path of deploying super intelligence. meaning that even though Nvidia is investing 100 billion into OpenAI for their data center, OpenAI in return is then going to buy 30 gigawatts of Nvidia's graphics cards, meaning that these graphics cards that Nvidia is selling are being sold to both Anthropic and OpenAI, as well as OpenAI and Anthropic being invested into by Nvidia. If you don't get how that's a little bit concerning, where Nvidia is constantly giving out money to these AI companies to then in turn have these AI companies just purchase more graphics cards from Nvidia, it seems like it's a huge circle, huge back and forth on money going in and going back to the same companies in a circular motion. But tell me what you think. Do you think that's a problem that Nvidia is seemingly using their funds to entice these AI companies to buy their graphics cards and seem like the money is going in and then coming right back in other forms? Or do you think this is a smart business move and strategic move in order to get the AI firms on board with Nvidia's graphics cards? If you want to keep up with the latest and greatest AI news, you should definitely like and subscribe. With that being said, your boy Dex9 Dexter out.